All right, so we're gonna check out this A.O. Smith under the sink reverse osmosis water filtration system. I have a filter system already down here. I don't know how old it is. It has to be at least 5 years old because that's when we bought the house 5 years ago. So it has to be older than that. If you can see all down here, it was leaking for a while and I didn't even know about it. And the water tank actually fell through right here. So that's what we're dealing with right now. So this one right here, it actually cracked somewhere along the way, some of the plastic, and it just had a slow little drip leak. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch out the system. This box looked like there was more stuff in it. But you have the tank, and then you have two smaller boxes right here. All right, so this smaller box has all the lines in it. And the bigger box looks like it has the filters in it. Yep, we got our 3 filters, and that's it. Nice little housing there. All right, so right here, it doesn't really show if this is the front or the back. I'm assuming it's the front, but I went ahead and looked at the box, and the box shows from the front, stage 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna connect stage 1 to the front on the left side. So you have your connections right here. You're gonna enter that just like that. Throw it in, pop it in, and turn it. And this is this decal is gonna be facing towards the front, and we're gonna do the same thing for 2 and 3. All right, so on stage 2, we're gonna add this resistor right here, this piece right here. It just clicks in right here, just like that. These instructions are not that clear. I'm going through all the pages and I'm already at the, I guess, the Spanish instructions right here. It really doesn't walk you through the steps here. That's troubleshooting. It has this page right here, step 6 and step 7 is the only instructions to actually install it. Before that, it's just telling you different installation techniques. It's very confusing. This is the old system right here. So one of the steps is to disconnect your cold water supply line and add this T into your water line. This is coming from the city, your actual water, and then this one's gonna go to your faucet, your sink, and this one's supposed to go to your new unit, your new water filtration system. And you're gonna add this piece right here, this 1/4 white pipe. But I already have this T from the previous unit, so all I'm gonna do is disconnect the previous pipe and add this one in there. So that's the T right there you need to install. It's pretty simple to install, but I already have one in there. One thing you wanna remember, which is one of the most important parts, is this little piece right here. I don't know if you can see that. This little white piece. So this is how it's gonna look. You're gonna attach this connector first, and then you're gonna put that little gasket in there, just like that. Very important. Remember to install this, because if you don't, you're gonna have a leak. All right, so we're gonna take 2 right here. I forgot to put in this little piece right here, and on your instruction manual, it's labeled as V4. So what this is, where you're gonna put this is right into this tubing right here. So that's how it's gonna look. You're gonna put your connector, you're gonna put this little washer gasket piece right here, put in this little piece right here. So now let's put it back on. And then from there, we connect it to our line. This older unit came with a lot more bells and whistles. It came with a cutoff switch and this other filter right here. See, this is one of the places it was leaking. So before I bought this new unit, I wanted to replace this old one, but this old little piece right here, this filter, was 80 bucks on Amazon. So decided just to go with the whole new one. All right, so on the old system, the stage 4 part of the filter hung right here, mounted right here actually. And it was a little bit bigger also. On this one right here, even on the pictures, on the instructions, it doesn't say where this is supposed to be mounted. So I guess it's just supposed to hang off to the side. Because even on the picture here, you have 1, 2, 3 mounted, and you have number 4 just off to the side. I don't think it's gonna stand up by itself just like that. So let's see how we mount it. All right, so the next step is something that I already have pre-drilled into my unit. You're gonna have to attach this black bracket, which I have up here, and you're gonna actually have to drill into your line right here. This plus this T-bracket back here, those are the only 2 parts that have some type of learning curve to it. If you don't really know what you're doing up to this point right here, you might wanna get some help doing this, because if you mess this part up, I mean, you're gonna have to install a whole new line right here. Or maybe not a whole new line, but just this piece of the pipe. And those are these brackets right here. So if you made it this far, I say just go for it. All you have to do is install these 2 brackets onto your drain pipe, just the way it is here. And then with this hole right here, you're just gonna drill a hole right in that center, which is this piece right here. And you really can't mess it up, because I mean, you're going right into this hole right here. All right, what's nice about this AO system is that everything's already hooked up to the faucet. This old one, you had to actually connect everything. Like, you threw the faucet in and you had to make a connection right here. And then in the bottom, I know you probably can't see it that well, but there's some more connections down here with this AO system. It's all connected, it's all together, it's all one piece. So there's our old faucet. This has electricity because it was connected to this piece right here. You would press it and it would tell you if it was good, if you needed to change your filter, or if there was any other issue. So the faucet comes in 2 pieces. This piece right here and the faucet body. So again, there's no instructions. There's no instructions to how this actually mounts in here. So it looks like it just kind of put it in there. That's what it looks like. And there's this back here. I don't know what that is. So the way you're gonna mount this is, it has 3 washers right here. Your vanity piece right here on top, and then it's gonna have your rubber washer, and then a middle washer. The middle washer goes in the bottom. These 2 go on top of your sink. So we're gonna unscrew this here, run our lines down. Pretty good. Now we're gonna go to the bottom, run these to our lines. This first middle piece goes on top, and this goes right under that. We're just gonna screw that in place. So the 3/8 white line that's coming from your faucet, you're gonna cut that to size. My unit's gonna go right here, so it's gonna go, I don't know if it's gonna go on my right side or left side. Looks like it's gonna go on the right side. So I'm gonna cut it right here. I really wish it had its own line. So what I'm saying there is, this piece right here, the extra piece, this is what we're gonna use to install the tank. All right, so we got the tank here. So what we're gonna do is put some Teflon tape around here first before we do anything else. So we're gonna go around maybe 2 to 3 times clockwise. So you're gonna put tank connector J, which is this one, onto this little nipple right here. This has 2 parts that kind of look the same. So the one that comes off, that's the one that's gonna go on the outside. So this one, you're gonna screw this in. So for now, we're just gonna hand tighten because that's what the instructions call for. All right, so the next step to hooking up this tank is, for one, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough line, but we're gonna use the leftover line that came with the faucet that we cut off, and take this piece right here that came off of this, and we're gonna put our line through the outside. Now when we push our line through the outside, be very careful, because this is what's gonna happen. It's gonna have a little washer gasket type thing like the other one did. And this is gonna go just like this, right? It's gonna slip over that. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna push our line all the way in as far as it goes. And then we're gonna tighten that. Now for this one right here, I'm actually gonna tighten it. I hope I have enough line here. Alright, so we're gonna install the tank. So you have a tank stand that comes with it. Throw that right in there. And if you skipped over that part, I had a leak right here for a good while where the previous tank stood or sat, and the tank just fell through all this particle board and all that. So I have a perfect tank size right there. Alright, so now it's time to start connecting lines. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna look for this piece right here that comes in your kit. It's a weird little piece and it has this at the end of it. You're gonna take your red 1/4 line that's coming from your faucet. You're gonna install this little wire into that little line. You're gonna put this all the way in there. And you're gonna connect that into your stage 2, which is this one right here, which is this little piece that's coming out back here. Next, you're gonna take your line that's coming from your cold water back here, this one right here, and you're gonna install that into your inlet, which is this one right here. You can actually trim it down, but I'm just gonna install as is. Pops in just like that. Alright, so the next thing you're gonna do is take your red tube, the 3/8 one, the short one, and you're gonna connect it to this line, your drain line right here. Now this one doesn't reach. I don't know why it came so short. That's as far as it goes. So what I have to do is put this coupling on it. I had to go out to Lowe's and get this to extend it. So that's just one thing to consider. Now I'm using the one that was already installed from the old unit. So I'm gonna connect this back here. Now the one that comes with the AO unit, it's not, you don't screw it in. You just push your pipe directly into this, which makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm gonna take my shark bite coupling, connect it on this side, and connect it on the opposite side, and I'm all set there. Alright, so lastly, you're gonna take your white 3/8 coming from your faucet, and you're gonna connect the bottom piece to your stage 4, and then you're gonna connect this red 3/8 that comes with your kit onto the top of your stage 4. Then from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna connect it right in here. You have them labeled faucet and tank. Right now we're gonna connect the faucet. The tank is the last one we're gonna connect because we have one more step on that side. But I'm gonna do it a little bit different. And the only reason is because on the previous unit, I had this Y splitter, and this Y splitter is going to the water in the fridge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the line from the faucet. Let me make sure I got this right. The line from the faucet to the Y splitter, or the T splitter, however you want to call it. And then I'm going to cut this side right here. Okay, because I don't need that. Now this piece, I'm going to run this to the bottom of the stage 4. And then this red 3/8 here, I'm going to run this onto the top of the stage 4 filter. And then I'm gonna run it to the outlet, the faucet side of the connection here. And lastly, we're gonna connect the tank. So there's a few more steps here. So let's go ahead and connect. Got all these wires going on. So we're gonna connect this here into the front, which is faucet side. Make sure that snaps in. Okay, so the last step before we connect the water tank, you're supposed to add an eyedropper full of bleach, and the eyedropper is included with your kit. You're supposed to put some bleach in here and then purge your lines. I don't have bleach, so I'm just gonna skip this step. All right, so I turned the water back on. Now I gotta turn on the hot and cold over here. All right, so now that we got all the water on, we got everything connected, there's no leaks, you're gonna leave your filter faucet on for 24 hours. I don't know if I want to do that, leave it on for a full 24, but the instructions say leave it on for 24 hours, let water flow through your system, and it's gonna be ready to use after 24 hours. So there it is, a crazy setup and a lot of line. I want to thank you for watching.